Hi, boys and girls. Today we're going to learn a little bit more about units of measurement. I know last week you were learning about non-standard units of measurement. So you were measuring different items with cubes. Well, this week we're going to learn about inches, feet, yards, centimeters, and meters. And so just a real quick fun fact, there's about 195 countries in all. And out of those 195 countries, there's only 3 countries that use the customary system, and one of them is the United States. All the other countries use the metric system. So we're going to talk a little bit more about this, and I want to go ahead and start out with inches. But first, I'm going to show you a ruler. So on this paper, I have a ruler. You can see that right there, right? And if I get closer to the ruler, I see that on one side I have it's marked with inch, right? And so we are going to talk about inches. So from this 0 here to the 1, that is 1 inch. So if I think about something that is 1 inch, I would give you an estimate that a small paper clip is about 1 inch. So we're going to go ahead and add that to our customary unit side on our anchor chart. So 1 inch is about the length of one small paper clip. Now let's take a look at 1 foot. Next on my chart, I have a foot. And a foot is about the length of the binder. So let me show you. I'm going to walk over here to my binder and back to my ruler. And if I look and I go from here to here, it's about, and this is a good time to point out, boys and girls, that when I say the word about, that means approximately, not exactly 1 foot, but it's close to 1 foot. And if you notice, I showed you my inches, right? And if you notice, if I go all the way to the end of this ruler, it says 12. Well, 12 inches is equal or equivalent to 1 foot. Now let's do our last one for customary units, and that's going to be yards. The next unit of measurement that I want to show you guys, it's the last one. It's a yard. And the yard is going to be about the length from all the way up here, all the way down to the end of my anchor chart. And like I said, it's about. And so a yard is 3 feet or 36 inches. So it's 3 of those rulers put together, or if you have a measuring tape like I do right here, used to work, then you can use this one and you can stop it right here where it says 3 feet, or right underneath it, it says 36, and that would be inches. So on my anchor chart, we went ahead and put customary units, inch, foot, and yard. Now we're going to move over here and we're going to talk about the metric system. So now, boys and girls, I'm going to come over here, and before we move on to metrics, I want to estimate. And remember, estimating just means making a good guess, an approximate guess. So now that you know about inches, you know about feet, you know about yards, we're going to take a look at this eraser, and we are going to guess, make a really good guess. So what do you get? How many inches do you think this eraser is? So I'm going to say that that eraser looks to be about, and I'm going to put the words about, 2 inches. So that's my estimation. And then down here is going to be the actual. Okay, so I'm estimating, and then I'm actually going to measure. So you see that right there. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to make sure I'm on my inches side. And I'm going to start at the 0, boys and girls, at the 0, because that is where we start. We don't start at the end of the ruler. We don't start in the middle of the ruler. We start at the 0. That is super important. So go ahead and start at the 0. And when I start right there at the 0, it's about 2.5 inches. So I got pretty close. The actual is going to be 2, and then this is how we write a half. We learned that in fractions. 2.5 inches. Okay, now let's move over and take a look at our hammer. We're going to estimate. So you quickly estimate. Tell somebody real quick, what do you think it's going to be? Good job. All right, I am going to say that it is going to be about, so here's my estimation. I estimate that it's going to be about 1 foot or 12 inches, right? Okay, and now let's do our actual measurement. So this is actual. This is the estimated or the approximate. And remember, again, we're starting at the 0 and we're putting it at the end of that hammer right here, starting right at the 0, lining it up. And if I go all the way down, boys and girls, it's a little bit more than a foot, right? So I gotta go here. There we go. So that's right at the 0. Then we go all the way down. It's about 12. If I stop here, this is about another inch. So I'm going to say it's about 13 inches. So it's 1 foot and 1 inch. So let's go ahead and write that down. So 1 foot and 1 inch, or same as 13 inches. Okay, so I went ahead and showed you a estimating as well. So just really quickly, boys and girls, I want to show you on the other side. So you see this is our inches. On the other side of our ruler, we have centimeters. So you just flip it to the other side. Centimeters is a unit of measurement in the metric system. And there's another video on Google Classroom that's going to talk all about the metric system. So I'll let you watch that video to learn more about the metric system. Okay.